This is a man who promised to run saying, I can fix it alone. I will make America great again. And his legacy will be mass death, will be suffering at an epic level and economic collapse. That's the Trump legacy. And he has demonstrated through this crisis, he has exactly zero capacity to lead this nation out of this mess. And it will not be the work of one presidential term. It will be the work of many presidential terms for there to be a season of American recovery. And we see every day his incapacity to lead that. And in shortly less than 6 months, the American people are going to have to decide in the most important election this country's had since 1864, whether the United States will go into a steep descent of decline, or we can possibly begin to recover from the Trumpian disaster that the country faces.
Yeah, I agree with every word of it. You know, Rick, it strikes me that sometimes you sit back and you think Donald Trump has the same job that Abraham Lincoln had, you know, that Eisenhower had. And that is shocking, right? I have tremendous critiques of these past presidents. I think a lot of them were incredibly flawed, particularly on matters of race. But the fact that those people all have the same job is crazy. But the president of Ukraine was a stand-up comedian, and he stood up to the pressure of the United States of America, the superpower left on earth, and said no to attempting to reintroduce corruption into his country. So a stand-up comedian has the same job as a president, and he's managed to stand up to it, to live up to the role. Donald Trump, meanwhile, can't even protect his own staff from COVID-19. Here's the list of people that we know of just in the White House that have it. Katie Miller, the vice presidential press secretary, Stephen Miller's wife, Donald Trump's personal valet, Ivanka Trump's personal assistant, and not one, not two, but 11 Secret Service members. He can't even protect his own team. Your thoughts, Rick?
Well, Joy, I think as the major factor here is Donald Trump, as my friend Steve just said, was a reality TV star who sold a brand of competence and leadership that never existed. It was only created in a teleprompter by a writer for a reality show. And we have seen, as you know, he is overwhelmed. He is unable to process this mentally. He is a weak man. He is a man driven by his ego and his venality, and not by a desire for the country. And the difference, Joy, between every other president, and you know what, we can love or hate, and we can agree or disagree on their policies, but every other president, whether it was Bill Clinton or Barack Obama or George Bush or Ronald Reagan or Gerald Ford or Richard Nixon or LBJ or JFK, they entered that Oval Office having taken an oath to serve this country. And there was always a sort of felicity and magic about becoming the president of the United States. And they honored the history of the office. They honored the solemn responsibility. And again, you don't always have to agree with every policy decision. But those men all, at a fundamental level, were there to serve the people of this country. And Donald Trump is in the White House to serve himself. That's why this ad hit him so hard, because it peeled away the illusion of Donald Trump. It peeled away the reality TV happy talk. It peeled away the propaganda network, you know, the constant stream of reinforcement. And it told the truth about what's happening in this country. Morning in America, when Ronald Reagan ran it, it worked not because Ronald Reagan convinced America things were great, but because they believed it and it amplified that. This is taking what Americans know right now. We are in a crisis without a president who can manage to lead this country effectively, and they are scared. And they are angry, and they are determined to do something different. And Donald Trump's reaction is the kind of thing that the way a weak man reacts to a strong crisis.